Hello? Dan, what's up? So what do you do? What? At the airport? What are you going on a trip or something? I had no idea. What? Moving? To London? No, why you're not moving to London? Like when? Now? What, did they just like call you and say your job's moved to London or? Oh, no kidding. Basically that, huh? It's wow. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I mean, that's a good opportunity, but still, it's like they gave you no time to like pack or anything? Oh, no, they supply all that, huh? When did you find out? Wow, they didn't give you any time. Well, so, oh, no kid, you're getting on the airplane like right now. Well, look, man, have a safe flight, and call me when you get there. Just All right, bye bye. Oh my gosh, that was my best friend Dan, and he just called me at the airport to tell me he's moving to London. I mean, like right now. I mean, we spend all this time together. He's like my best friend, and all of a sudden, he just calls me out of the blue and says he's on his way to London, man. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. We need to talk about coping. Coping. To cope. To cope is to handle problems in an okay way. We're all faced with problems and situations that we have no control over. So therefore, we have to live with them. We have to just accept them the way they are. Perfect example of that is the fact that my friend Dan is moving to London. I have no control over that. I have to live with that. I have to deal with that problem in an okay and a healthy way so that I don't create more problems for myself in trying to deal with that. I obviously can't hide from it. He's leaving. I'm going to miss him. And so therefore, I have to cope with that problem. We're going to look at some different ways today that we can cope with situations that we have no control over. Now, when we talk about coping or dealing with the problem in an okay way, it's not that I'm talking about making our problem better. It's more that we're talking about making yourself feel better about having a problem or a situation that you have no control over or that you can't change. It's just like my friend moving away. I don't want him to go, but I can't control it. I can't change it. I have to cope with it. I have to deal with that in an okay way. One of my favorite ways to do that is through exercise. When I'm working on making myself healthier and stronger, I feel better. So I'm glad you're with me. Let's get started. I like to start my exercise with a little bit of running or work on the elliptical machine to get your blood flowing. You start pumping and you have the chance to exercise. A little while later. I think that's about enough of that. So along with the aerobic exercise, which includes the bicycling and the running and the elliptical machine, I also like to do a little weight training, make myself strong. One. I think maybe I need a lower weight. Another good exercise to help me feel strong are curls. Of course, it's important to work all different parts of your body, like by doing sit-ups. Well, now that I've done my exercises for this evening, I have to admit I'm feeling worn out and tired. But it took my mind off the things I was worried about, and I feel great about myself. I did something that was healthy, and I feel energized even though I'm tired. Exercise, it's a great way to cope. Another good way that I like to cope is to get together with friends. Today we've come to the park and we're going to play. We're going to play soccer and some football and maybe throw some frisbee. You should hang out and check it out. As many of you know, those of you who have pets especially, playing with your animals or working with your pets is a great way to cope. Somehow being around your animals, if they're loving you or playing with you, just makes you feel better about things. In fact, here's my little dog. Her name is Mistletoe. She loves to play. Let's check it out. Gimme. This is mine. That's mine, Mistletoe. That's mine. Yeah, that's mine. Give me that. Give it, Mistletoe. Go get it, Mistletoe. Now, if we define coping as handling a problem in an okay way, we're talking about doing something healthy or something that makes you feel positive and helps you feel confident that you can deal with the situation. There are unhealthy ways that people will try to cope, and those would include things such as fighting with your family or doing something to hurt others. One of the more common things that people have been doing to try to cope is they'll put like small cuts or something on their arm, or they're doing something to hurt themselves. It's like they feel like, oh, I hurt inside, so if I do something to hurt my body on the outside, it takes the pain away. But all that does is give you injury. And other negative coping strategies might include something like stinking thinking, telling yourself, I can't handle this situation, it's too much, I just can't deal with this. Or having really negative thoughts such as suicide or doing something drastic such as that. One of my favorite ways to cope is to do artwork. Artwork comes in all sorts of different styles. You could work with clay, you could work with paints. Tonight I've come out here to my garage and I have a variety of paints and markers. And of course I have colored pencils and crayons. So I'm going to draw myself something that reminds me of my friend and I, and it'll make me feel like I'm a little bit closer to him. Gives me the chance to concentrate and work on something else. Check out what I draw. I think I'm going to draw me and my friend playing football at the park. So I'll start with my friend right here. That looks just like him. Of course, then I have to draw myself. And I'm going to start painting my car. Alright, I finished my drawing. And I'm going to save it, and maybe I'll even put a frame around it. When I'm missing my friend, I can look at the picture. Or maybe I'll send it to him. That way he'll know I was thinking about him. Man, I might have to make another one. Another great way to relax, to bring calmness into your life, is through yoga. I'm going to do some basic yoga postures to see how much more relaxed and better I feel. I feel much better already. I really enjoy doing Tai Chi, and so when I think about Dan moving away, I think I'm just simply going to do some Tai Chi to help myself relax and be a little bit less stressed about it. Hope you join me. Sometimes people think of eating as a way to cope, and that could work to a point, because if you eat something healthy that's good for you, well then during that time you're having a pleasurable experience, so you've kind of escaped from the difficulty of the situation a little bit. However, if you take eating to the extreme, such as if I grab a whole bag of Doritos and eat the whole bag of Doritos just because it tastes good and it's fun and enjoyable, well of course that's not a healthy coping way. Another unhealthy thing would be to try to turn to drugs or alcohol, because again, people are thinking, well, I'm just going to escape the pain for a while and laugh, but it's not a healthy thing for you, because it leads to such potential disastrous future for yourself by taking some of those roads. Those are significant roadblocks to the successful resolution of some of the things that you're trying to resolve, or trying to deal with something that you can't change, but that doesn't help you develop a healthier outlook on that situation. One of my favorite coping skills is laughter. If you can find something to laugh at, it makes everything just seem a little bit better. I have this book called 1001 More Cool Jokes. Let's check some out. George knocked on the door of his friend's house. When his friend's mother answered, he asked, "Can Albert come out to play?" "No," said Albert's mother, "it's too cold." "Well then," said George, "can his soccer ball come out to play?" Like a soccer ball is going to go out and play. Let me flip over here. Here's another one. Why didn't the skeleton and the monster get in a fight? Because the skeleton didn't have any guts. Oh, that's funny. I want to sit here for the next couple hours. I'm just going to read all these jokes because everything just seems better when you're laughing. Oh, let's see. Knock, knock. Who's there? Boo. Boo-hoo. You don't have to cry about it. Oh. Sometimes one of the best ways to cope is to listen to your favorite music. I have my iPod, and I'm just going to relax and enjoy some tunes. So along with listening music, another great thing to do is making music. People who are beginners with their instrument or advanced musicians sometimes just feel the most calm and relaxed when they're playing their instrument. So I'm out here this morning with my guitar. I think I'll play a little bit of music. Okay, knock, knock. Who's there? A little old lady? Like a little old lady who? I didn't know you could yodel. Now, my friend Marcus Santer says that one of the worst ways to try to deal with problems is to sit there and just worry about them. You know, worry is like an effort to try to come up with a solution, but oftentimes we're just sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, everything is so horrible and so bad. And so what Marcus Santer says is that you have to just kind of experience where you are right now. Bring your awareness to right now, the situation where you are in your environment, and just be in the present. You know, like this morning. It's a beautiful morning. The temperature is great, you know, and the sun is shining. I mean, how great is that? The sun is shining. I'm here right now. Look at this tree. Look at this bush. Have you ever noticed how intricate and amazing bushes are? I mean, look at that. There's branches, there's leaves, there's these dead ones, but you don't have to worry about those because there's all these new green ones growing up all the time. This bush is amazing. And look at this tree. Look at this tree. Look at that knot hole. Isn't that incredible? I mean, this tree is like solid. It's bark. It's strong. Man, I love this tree. And this chain, look at this chain. It's here to keep us safe and strong, protect the grass. Oh, chains are so amazing. Oh, it's right here and it's right now. I love this chain. And this concrete pillar, look at it, it's so tall, so strong, holding up the ceiling to keep me protected from the sun. And this door, look at this door. This door is so cool. Knock, knock. Who's there? Abby? Abby who? Abby, C, D, E, F, G. We've been looking at a variety of ways to cope with problems that you don't have any control over. One of my favorite things to do to cope is simply to do something that I enjoy. Do something fun. And what could be more fun than Legos? Sometimes it's fun to just build. Think of all the possibilities. more coping skill I'd like to describe in this video is the deep, slow breath. You may have heard this described as a yoga breath or a cleansing breath. Those of you in martial arts probably call it breathing to the Dantian. My son likes to call it taking a breath as deep as the ocean. The whole idea is to remind your whole body to relax. Your body responds to the increase of oxygen that's flowing out through your body. It also encourages your mind to slow down and take control of your lungs. The whole idea is just simply to breathe as deeply as you can. Just breathe to the very bottoms of your lungs. A lot of people suggest that you breathe in through the nose slowly and then exhale slowly through the mouth. Watch as I demonstrate. Inhale as deeply as I can and then exhale through the mouth. One more time. It's a great coping skill. Just take a deep, slow breath. Helps your whole body to relax. So coping can be described as balancing the good and the bad in our lives. There are things in our lives that we don't want, but we can balance out positivity in our lives by doing things that we do enjoy, that we do like. All the coping strategies that we've described in this video today are ways to bring positivity into our lives to balance out the negativity. Because if we dwell and focus on the negativity, everything gets out of proportion. We feel like our lives are completely in a bad situation. So by using these coping strategies, we begin to recognize, okay, there's bad things in our lives, but there's also positive things in our life, and I can feel okay about dealing with the negative things because I also have these positive things in my life. I'm glad you've seen this video today, give you some ideas on how to cope.